Shalom, Makims. We like to give all praises and all honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone and taught us this truth. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Welcome to today's lesson. Today's lesson is on Exodus chapter 22, verse 2, King James Version, of course. As it reads, if a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him. Now, what did that mean when it said there should be no blood shed for him? That means you are not to be put to death for killing that thief, because that thief came in the night. He came in the night trying to catch you unawares. You see? And so that means his intentions were completely all out volatile. You see? And so if he paid with it for his life, if he paid with his life for what he did, then that's on him, not on you. You see? It's only during the daytime that you would be found guilty if you were to kill him for breaking up during the daytime. But if he breaking up during the nighttime, they trying to break in your house during the nighttime, trying to harm you and all that, handle your business. Handle your business. Now we're going to look at some precepts concerning, you see, look at all these precepts concerning this verse. You see, breaking, you see all that? No blood, you see? So we're going to get started, go straight off into this. This is Job chapter 24, verse 14. The murderer, rising with the light, killed the poor and needy, and in the night is as a thief. You see? A murderer is as a thief in the night. He's coming out to do all out wrong. He's coming out to actually all out kill you. So you is not to be playing no games. You know, you must protect your temple. Your body is the temple of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You see? So you handle your business and do what you got to do. Job chapter 30, verse 5. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. Right. Because when you're dealing with a thief, you do what you need to do in order to put a stop to the thief. You curtail the thief. You see? Cry after that thief to get his ass, to cut his ass down. You see? And it's not vengeance. Vengeance is the Lord. No, what you're doing is recompense and tribulation upon that fool. You see? 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 6. Seeing as how it's all right with the Lord, it is a righteous thing to recompense tribulation upon all those who trouble you. You see? Remember that. This is Hosea chapter 7, verse 1. When I would have healed Israel, then the iniquity of Ephraim was discovered. You see, that's the wrongdoing and the sinfulness of Ephraim, and the wickedness of Samaria, the heathens, for they committed falsehood, and the thief came in. You see, because they let their guards down. They let their guards down with that falsehood. They let their guards down. They didn't stay steadfast. And the troop they were not watchful. They were not watchmen. And the troop of robbers spoiled without. You see? So you're doing the right thing. The same thing is Yahweh Shai said, buy yourself a sword. That's what he said. He said, buy yourself a sword. The disciples came back with 2 swords. Why? It's not because you're trying to go against the establishment. No, you buy your sword because you are to pop who? Malchus. Malchus represents the 2/3. That's who you are to pop, because we are all going to have our moment of being numbered amongst the transgressors. That's why Luke chapter 22, Yahweh Shai said, buy yourself a sword. Sell your cloak if you have to, but buy yourself a sword. Because we are all going to have our moment of being counted amongst the transgressors, just like Yahweh Shai. And by he was being counted amongst the transgressors, he would be what? The chief transgressor. When he was counted amongst the transgressors. And being a chief transgressor, what was the orders, the commandment that he gave? He said, buy yourself a sword. Sell your cloak if you have to, but buy yourself a sword. Because you are to pop who? Malchus. That's who Peter Simon popped. He popped Malchus. Popped him in the ear. Why? So that way he could hear who? The Lord. Then the Lord was able to heal him. Suffer you this far. And he healed him. After Simon Peter popped him. You see? So remember that. Buy yourself a sword. Don't let nobody fool you into thinking you're not supposed to buy yourself a sword. Yahweh Shai is not going to tell you to buy a sword for no reason. Understand that. Joel chapter 2 verse 9. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. We're talking about those thermonuclear missiles when they come through. They're going to be coming through doing all the devastation. There will be nowhere to hide. That's what that's representing. There will be nowhere to hide. There will be nowhere for you to go because those thermonuclear missiles are going to be right on your ass, flat out. Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon the earth. Why? Because you got thieves that'll break in and steal. There's nothing that you can hide, stash, or put away that a thief can't steal. If it's right here on earth, the thief can steal it. The thief can steal whatever it is, you see. So the thing to do is to store up your treasures in heaven by doing this good work. Remember, we are saved by our works through faith. Through faith. You see, faith with works is alive. Faith without works is dead. Works without faith is dead. They must go together, you see, in order for it to be alive, that we are lively stones, you see. Where moth and rust doeth corrupt, and it does. Here on earth, moth and rust, corrosion, corrupt whatever treasures that we have, you see. But up in heaven, there is no corrosion. There are no moths and rust and all that. There is no decay in the kingdom of heaven, you see. And where thieves break through and steal. Down here on earth, they do that. Matthew chapter 6, verse 20. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doeth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. You see? You see? All of that is over with. Over. When you store your treasures up in what? Your spiritual cistern up in the kingdom of heaven. You see? Matthew chapter 24, verse 43. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would have not suffered his house to be broken up. You see? You see? Because we be watchful. You got to be watchful of all things. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. You see, and it does. Like a thief in the night. You know, the people shall be thoroughly surprised, especially the two-thirds. The two-thirds, because they're going around believing all that Jesus bullshit. And that ain't what's happening. That Jesus bullshit ain't what's happening. That's not what's going on. You see? So we understand that. We understand that. I got something cooking at the same time. You see? And so, I'd like to take the time to remind you to press the like button. Okay? Press that like button. That helps out for the algorithms of this YouTube channel. And also press the subscription button. Go ahead and press the subscription button. If you haven't already, go ahead and press that subscription button and the notification bell. That helps out for that helps you to receive notifications, special alerts each time that I release a new video for your spiritual edification. Okay? And so thank you for that, Tawada. Now let's get back off into this. No blood. Precepts on that in this verse. Numbers chapter 35, verse 27. And the revenge and the revenger of blood find him without the borders of the city of his refuge, and the revenger of blood kill the slayer, he shall not be guilty of blood. You see? Let's read that one more again. Numbers chapter 35, verse 27. And the revenger of blood found him without the borders of the city of his refuge. And the revenger of blood killed the slayer. You see, he killed the slayer. He should not be guilty of blood. You see, because he found that revenger outside of the city of his refuge. You see, and the revenger of blood killed that slayer. You see, he killed that slayer. And so, and that's just simply the way it is. The Lord, he makes it clear with his word, what he's doing, and to establish what we are to understand in this truth. You see, because if a thief is found breaking up, okay, doing wrong in the night and trying to tear up and destroy your home, you have a right to defend your home. You have a right to defend yourself. You have a right to, if you have to defend yourself until the point where you have to actually kill the thief because the thief was completely out of order, then you go ahead and you do what you have to do. You're not guilty. Thus saith the Lord. You're not guilty. Exodus chapter 22, verse 2. You're not guilty. No blood should be shed for that, for him. So this has been your Hebrew Israelite brother, Mashaba, here in the city of Detroit. Lord's willing, you were edified by today's lesson. And also, hopefully you were provoked to thought, okay? Spark your mind off to thought, and hopefully you are seeing some precepts that you can use to help you to put together a video that you may be able to feed the sheep. Remember, as good shepherds of the Lord, our job is always, as always, to provide good grazing pastures for the sheep to graze. And so we let it give all praises and all honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elects. Shalom to the hopeful elects.